Scaremotley with you. This is day number 18 of the moments that define WrestleMania. 10 days away from WrestleMania 26, but today we move on with the reminiscing WrestleMania 18, taking place from the Sky Dome in Toronto, Canada for the second time, and the first time in 12 years, March 17th, 2002. This was my first WrestleMania to see live on pay-per-view. This year it's going to mark my ninth WrestleMania in a row that I'll be watching live via pay-per-view. An enjoyable WrestleMania, nothing really spectacular. Obviously a tough act to follow from WrestleMania XVII, 2001. An incredible year. As I said, what a difference a year makes. You had WrestleMania XVII, some people regarding it the end of the Attitude Era, for which you had Vince and Shane McMahon fighting it out, Vince versus Shane and Stephanie. You had the Invasion, WWE versus WCW and ECW, WWE obviously winning. And then we move on. We'll talk about WrestleMania 18, Edge returning as a face to the place where he watched WrestleMania 6 as a kid, wearing a Hulk Rules shirt at that particular event, coming to this event, and defeating Booker T in the Sky Dome. Ric Flair, the 10th victim to The Undertaker at WrestleMania. The Undertaker, the streak continuing in another disqualification battle with Ric Flair. The NWO, New World Order. I'm surprised this shirt still fits me. But the NWO making their mark in WWE since No Way Out, 2002. Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, all involved in this WrestleMania. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeating Scott Hall at this one. And we move on to the top three moments of this event. Number three for me, the conundrum that was the continued 24/7 rule of the Hardcore Championship that some people seem to forget. You had Goldust versus Maven. Maven, Hardcore Champion, only 2 months after he had eliminated Undertaker from the Royal Rumble match, and proceeded to get his ass handed to him. But Maven versus Goldust, an awkward Hardcore Championship match. But Crash running in on under 24/7 rules. He takes the title. Or actually, I don't think it was Crash. It was Spike Dudley. But then Crash trying to run in, and the chase was on in the backstage area. The Hurricane hurling in, he wins. Mighty Molly hitting Hurricane from behind with the frying pan. Christian, who had lost the European Championship match early in the evening, smacking Mighty Molly out of nowhere and taking the Hardcore Championship as a result of his failure to take the European title from DDP. But in the end, Maven taking back the Hardcore Championship, pulling Christian out of his limo and escaping the Great White North with the title on that evening. Number two moment, Triple H got injured. He lost to The Undertaker at WrestleMania 17, became Intercontinental Champ and Tag Team Champ with Stone Cold Steve Austin for the they were at the two-man power trip. Triple H getting injured in a match with him and Austin against Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho in May of 2001. He had to sit out until January of 2002 when he made a triumphant return to Madison Square Garden, announcing his bid for the Royal Rumble match and winning the Royal Rumble match to earn a shot at the WWE Undisputed Championship. At this time, he had a rivalry with his wife Stephanie. Stephanie lying, saying that she was pregnant, trying to win Triple H's affection, because Triple H is so motivated to try to get the WWE Championship back. Triple H had to fight a crossroad, lost his spot in this main event at WrestleMania 18, but won it back. Triple H facing Chris Jericho, who was under the tutelage of Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, and Triple H realizing, coming back, winning the Undisputed Championship to the delight of the fans in Toronto. But not a memorable main event. Obviously, we knew Triple H would have to come back and win the title, not just because of his stroke in the backstage area. no one remembering that main event, all because the crowd so much in a fever pitch for my favorite match of this card and one of the great matches of all time at WrestleMania. Two icons fighting it out one-on-one for the first time. Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, NWO Hulk Hogan, against The Rock. This was not a classic wrestling match by any standards, but the crowd in Toronto, all Hulkamaniacs, since 1990 when Hulk was there, and losing in the Skydome to the Ultimate Warrior for the WWE Championship. But this match had no titles whatsoever. It was just basically Hogan Rock wrestling, the fans just loving, oozing every minute of it, and I think that's what made the match, the fans, just incredible. And the biggest reception, obviously, of the night. And much like WrestleMania XVIII, Hulk Hogan losing to The Rock having to leave months later to film The Scorpion King, but The Rock picking up the victory against the Immortal One, Hulk Hogan, a rare loss for Hulk Hogan on a major pay-per-view. But at the end, this match had no interference. Scott Hall saying that they would interfere somehow, but tremendous electricity overall. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall not showing up until later, after Hulk Hogan did some posing in the ring, doing his thing, beating up the Hulkster. The Rock coming back to save Hulk Hogan, and just a hallmark moment for WrestleMania at this particular event. 1 month later, Hulk Hogan, as Hollywood Hulk Hogan, donning the red and yellow, winning the undisputed title at Backlash over Triple H, but Hulk Hogan would only hold it for a month. With that in mind, I think I've calmed myself down a little bit from the past 2 days of talking about WrestleManias. We get the F out in 2002. I apologize for the bad segue, but tomorrow we get the F out of 2002 and move on to a new era in WWE at Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington, WrestleMania 19. And the throwback jerseys will continue to shine. Scary Moxley saying, we'll talk to you tomorrow. The moments that define WrestleMania continue.